Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is July 18th, 2023. It is a Tuesday and rainy again in the Northeast. Let's get some of these other things set up here. Pop out my YouTube chat. So that folks can use that. Analytics running. Let some folks join the show. Kind of slide in here. Usually between top of the hour and a few minutes after is when folks are sliding in. I've start the show 5 minutes early with a countdown to give people time to come in. But they sometimes still kind of slide in late. There we go. Now I can just move things around. I swear I should use 3 monitors instead of 2 monitors, but 2 is fine. Hope everyone is having a fantastic week. I've got a special bullet point. As always, as soon as people jump in. We will start right now. I won't say it, and I will say it several times throughout the show as people jump in. Tonight's coffee, blueberry muffin from Dunkin' Donuts brand coffee. Blueberry muffin. Let's see here. Posted up a video today. I was asked the other day how the gals are doing with all the rain. They do okay. They do okay. It's covered. They're in a covered chicken run, and they have a tent inside. So let's take a look at that. This was taken earlier this afternoon, about 4:35 o'clock. As you can hear, you've got thunder rolling in. We have a line of thunderstorms that have been hitting us all early afternoon into early evening. And the girls are doing fine. Let's turn this down a little bit more. The girls are doing fine. Most of them were in the tent. A couple of them were outside. Again, the tent is a temporary coop for them. I am building a coop on the outside and bringing it in and reassembling it. And that will be up sometime this summer. It will be before fall. It will be before they get to laying age. But right now they're using the tent. Oh, there we go. And that was the end of that movie. But yeah, as you can see, the girls are doing just fine. They're walking around. There's a complete tarp cover over the entire top of the run itself, with sidewalls going back the last I don't know, 10 feet at least. There's like 4 feet in front of that's open on the sides, but the rest of it's all enclosed. Open in the very front where the door is, and open in the back. In other words, no tarp. It's enclosed. But yeah. So these weeks of rain, it's actually, when it's raining, it's not too bad for the girls because it cools the temperatures down. They've had more problems after the rain had stopped. Judy says, hi. They look content to me. Yeah, they're happy. They're happy. So we don't have to worry about that with them. The rain is not a problem. It helped me. Like I said, I was in the coop there adjusting their waterer. Basically it's a big jug turned upside down and it has a trough around the outside, and itself fills the trough. But if the top of it if it's too tight, then not enough air gets into it and it doesn't fill. If it's too loose, it just keeps spilling out because of the weight of the water. because the trough isn't that deep. So I have to make sure that the top is tight enough to keep it from just shooting out into the pan or the trough area, but not so tight that it doesn't fill. Judy says it's over 100 here, just plain hot. Yeah, I wish it was just plain hot up here. It's been in the 80s and the 90s lately, but extreme humidity, which makes it rough. And the girls, they've been doing okay, but yeah, they don't like to eat. Waiting for more folks to slide on in. Again, blueberry muffin from Dunkin' Donuts. My volume on the mic and everything should be good. I know when I started the video, man, the volume was peaking out here, but I believe that it gets filtered out by the time you folks see it. Dinner tonight had noodles and Alfredo sauce and fried zucchini. You slice it into medallions, quarter to half an inch, and egg wash and flour, and then seasoned breadcrumbs, and then you fry them up in oil. Oh, yeah, it was loud. Yeah, I saw that. I checked the show's volume for Sunday, and it was actually lower than I usually go. I don't like it that low, but it was fine. You could turn it up and still hear it. But tonight's show should be better. We'll see. My first bullet point, as folks run in right now, flooding into my Facebook feed is let's see here. Flooding into my Facebook feed is that Luke Combs, one of the latest new fresh faces in country music, he is sparking outrage and controversy because he has done a cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. Well, this was from a left-wing rag, a quote-unquote reporter, op-ed person, whoever it was, some chick, writes this article, and basically, it's terrible because Tracy Chapman would never be able to get the credit that she deserves for that song in country music, and she could never be in country music, and basically this song is only getting the accolades because it's a white country music star that was singing it. Well, no, not quite right. Yes, Tracy Chapman is a black lesbian female. Yep, she is. Would she be able to make it in the country music industry? No, she wouldn't. But it has nothing to do with her being female, black, or lesbian. It has to do with she's not a country music singer. She doesn't sing country music. As for her to get credit for the song and accolades, when she came out with it, she won 3 Grammys because of it, nominated for 6. It was about the only thing that you heard on the radio. You could not turn a classic at the time, the pop music and even some of the rock stations. You couldn't turn them on without hearing something from Tracy Chapman, and specifically Fast Car. She made a shit ton of money and a shit ton of accolades and attention from that song and others. She just wasn't a country music singer. Now, another twist to the story is Tracy Chapman has come out and made a public statement on it. And her public statement is, good for Luke Combs. Awesome. Good job. Keep up the good work. I'm paraphrasing here. She says she's happy for him. She owns publishing and authoring rights to the song. She's making money. She goes, I'm making money off of this. This is great. New generation of people that are introduced to her work and her song. I haven't heard his cover of it. Some people say it's kind of weak. It lacks the soul and he shouldn't have done it. I don't care. I'm not a Luke Combs fan. Why? Because I'm not a new country star fan. I couldn't tell you if I heard his songs coming on the radio. I couldn't tell you it was him. Well, number one, why? I don't listen to modern country radio stations. I listen to classic country radio stations, and they don't play Luke Combs on it. So it seems to be a hit in the country market from what I understand. Great, fantastic. Now, they bring up about artists, especially black artists in the past, not getting the recognition for their work. And yeah, we go back into the, 30s, 40s, 50s, maybe. I wouldn't even say much into the 60s. But to insinuate in any way, shape, or form that black artists can't make it in any genre, is hogwash. It's hogwash. If your music is good, nobody cares if you're a male or a female. Nobody cares your ethnicity. Nobody cares in most things. But let's switch this around. Could Luke Combs, a young, pasty white farm boy, make it in rap? Could Reba McEntire make it in rap? We can play this game all day long and then some. It's like, no, because they don't perform that type of music. And that's fine. Now crossovers have always been a thing. And taking old songs and bringing it in. There's a lot. Hey, how about this? Nobody seemed to give two shits when Whitney Houston made a crap ton of money and fame off of I Will Always Love You. And that's Dolly's song. Dolly was happy for her. There has been generations of people that have no idea that wasn't Whitney Houston's song. And it wasn't. It was Dolly Parton's song. There's a lot of artists like that. There is a lot of prolific songwriters who are also artists. Their songs were farmed out to people of all different types of genres because they're interested in getting it out there, getting it recorded, and making money. And to act in this day and age, 2023, that Tracy Chapman is somehow being victimized by Luke Combs because he did his version, his cover of her song in a different genre than was originally intended for the song and performed, is absolutely lunacy. Pure craziness. But to the credit, there's a lot of left folks out there, to include, like, let's say, the Young Turks. They've stepped up and said, yeah, this is hogwash. It's a step too far. It's like, really, 2023, black artists don't get the credit. They can't make it in industries. It's like, no, you can't pick and choose. You can't go, a black female lesbian can't make it in country music. Yeah, dreadlock, because I believe she has dreadlocks. A dreadlocked black lesbian female that sings contemporary folk music can't make it in, really? She couldn't make it in rap, and she's black because she doesn't rap. It's lunacy. Got to be an outrage. Got to have a victim. And it's victimless. This is totally victimless. But I'll say that the one thing that the buffalo from Young Turks was bringing up that yeah, this stuff might happen, and but to use this example, no, that's exactly what happens with just about everything from the left. You can shoot down every example that they bring up, and you go, oh, but it still happens. Like, yeah, bullshit. If it happened the way, whatever the issue is, if it happens that way, you wouldn't have to keep making shit up. Judy says they love to twist everything. Right. Like I said, if leprechauns were stealing chocolate bars from ogres, and it was a common thing, you wouldn't have to make up a story every week about this leprechaun stealing chocolate bars from this ogre, and you find out, oh, well, that didn't happen. Oh, well, that didn't happen. Well, that didn't happen. Oh, but it's happening, so it's because the story is complete bullshit. It's serving a valuable purpose. No, it's not. It's more division. It's more division off of hogwash.
I love Tracy Chapman. I listened to her before, I think.
Yeah.
Anybody knew about her.
Yeah. To think that she is in any way, or by virtue of this, blacks in general are somehow being victimized is lunacy. She was one of the hottest tickets. What? Yeah, she like I'd said, she came out with a statement. She's thrilled for him.
She is.
And she even said, "I'm making tons of money off of it."
Sure, she needs. She needed the royalties, and she partnered with him.
He could be totally murdering the song. Who cares? Is she getting paid for it? If he doesn't make any sales, he's the one that's hurt. Any money he makes out of it, she getting a slice off of it. So
that's right.
Yeah, it's a non-issue. So yeah, another manufactured hogwash from a leftist protagonist out there trying to stir shit up that doesn't need to be stirred up. It's not an issue. Tracy's not upset about it. Again, it's like, I can't, how could, that's almost, why don't you reach back and say how victimized Michael Jackson was because he was black? No, we have gone way past. We are, I'd say, at least 40, almost 50 years into, you can't use race, sex, and sexual orientation as some sort of an excuse why somebody does or doesn't make it into X, Y, and Z. Again, we've talked about this on the show. Plenty of openly. Queen did fantastic. Everybody knew they were gay. Freddie Mercury, come on, you couldn't flame any brighter than Freddie Mercury. Nobody cared. Elton John didn't hide the fact that he was gay. There are countless artists out there that, look, if you're good, you're good.
Exactly.
But see, most of them, up until now, anyways, they didn't try to build off of that. Freddie Mercury wasn't the gay artist. Boy George, for crying out loud.
Yeah, really.
He was a transvestite. Nobody cared.
Tracy was black until, God, I don't know how many songs I'd listened to of hers.
Oh, I knew she was black. She sounds black, but yeah, it doesn't. If it's good music, it's good music. It's good music. Nobody cares. Again, we're looking 40, 50 years easy. That's more time than most of these liberal asshats have been alive. Stop making up freaking problems that don't exist. Oh my goodness. Hey, got the paddle in today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm going to post this up for the people here.
I saw your post.
Yep. That's a full view. It's a good long paddle. I think it was a 66 incher. It comes I don't know about my mouth.
What is that weird looking thing?
What, right here? Or where? What's what weird looking thing?
My lag.
Okay.
I don't have it up there yet, but I'll go back to Facebook to your post you had there.
Are you talking
had
about the logo that's on the paddle itself?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Because I don't see any weird thing.
Just hang on a sec. Man, I answered your thing. That picture, I think Tang was in that.
Oh, the Tang.
Yeah,
Oh, all that picture was just it was a old school Tupperware
yeah,
picture.
I know it's. Oh, okay. I thought it was an orange juice thing, but
No,
okay.
it's a Tupperware thing. If you look at the picture again, you'll see the button on the top. It's
Oh yeah,
because the
okay,
cover had airspace in it, and you would press the press it down, and then you could pull the top off, and then you put the
right.
top back on. You let go of the button, and it
God, how much Tupperware did we have?
yeah, Tupperware was a thing. But yeah, paddle came in very sleek. I am sure it's going to do absolutely wonderful. I love the
It
black
looks
walnut.
like it's got a spoon on the end of it.
A spoon on the end of the paddle.
Yeah, it's in your picture. You posted a
Let's see here.
picture of several
Oh
oars.
no, there. It's a paddle. It's not an oar. It's a paddle.
Okay, it's Pat. Okay.
Okay. One of them
But
sort of looks like a spoon because I'm up at where you grip it,
okay, that's
and then
the
it's
angle.
the angle, right? So it looks like there's a spoon at the
Okay.
other end. But right, if I move
Okay.
back to the other one, see that I took the same exact angle from the bottom of the paddle and then the grip of the paddle, from the blade
Okay. Yeah,
and
you
then
were
the grip.
taking a picture of the grip. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just I would yes. If you just looked like the picture that's up right now, if you looked at it, it looks like a wooden spoon. It's not.
Well,
It's just that it's forced perspective. It's laying on the top of the log, but the blade is so far away it looks small. I just wanted to show the way the grain was in the handle itself,
yeah.
and then it's got the
Pretty.
leather wrap. You can either get black or dark brown or whatever leather he has in at the time. They had dark brown in. I like it. It's nice. It's kind of a chocolate. So again, this is going to be a super slick paddle out in deep water. This is a deep water paddle, fashioned after the Indian paddles of the Northeast in this continent. They used long, thin paddles so they could get deep into the lakes, and also a thin, long paddle. It affects your shoulders less than a shorter, fatter paddle because the way it
Oh, I'd
distributes.
imagine.
So you can paddle. You have to paddle more times to get the same speed, but each time you do your stroke, you're doing less stress on your body. Therefore, it's good for tripping and long days out on the water. Then he has his little logo there. It's a fish in a shell because he is
Yeah, I saw that.
Fishell is his name.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? That's cool.
Yeah, it makes sense once you. Yeah, his name is
Yeah,
Fishell. It's a
that's
fish in
cool.
a shell. Not the prettiest logo in the world. Like
Hey,
you
whatever.
get Badger Paddles has a badger paw, and I believe they are out of Canada. They were in the running. They almost had my money, but I wanted U.S. So I went with the shell, and they do similar paddles, not quite like this. They do have otter tails, not quite this one. This is a Ray special. He took over the business from a gentleman named Ray. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. And this was his design. This particular thing is a modified otter tail where you can't see it very well, but let's see here. But the blade and then the shaft are exactly 50-50 in length.
What's that stubby one for? The short shaft.
What? Where?
The 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 oar with the oars that have the real shorter shaft. It looks like the blade is bigger, longer than the shaft. You seen those?
Well, this one would look that way, and they call it a feather. I think it's no, the sliver, which looks like this, but it's got a shorter shaft and a longer blade on it, and that's used for people who canoe with their. I talked about it on one of my other shows. I canoe flat keel, and some people canoe in the tumble home, so they're up on edge. Well, since they're up on edge, they're closer to the water. They don't need such a long shaft,
Oh, okay.
so they have a shorter shaft. And my standard, I call it my sneak paddle. It's a shorter. I think it's like a 56. Which you go 56. That's not a short. Yeah, I'm 6'4", so 56 is short. My beaver tail is a 62. I think 62 inch. This is a 66 inch. Believe my new one, and my short one, which is wider, and it also has a reinforced edge on the blade, is used for rocks and short water and skinny water, for shallow water, so that if you run into the ground or the sand or rocks, you couldn't use you. I mean, you could, but it would be stupid to use this new paddle or even my beaver tail because it's just too long. So I have those. So I have this one for deep water now. I've got my bending branches beaver tail for shallow to deep water. And then I have my what I call my sneak paddle, adventure paddle, for shallow waters and rocky waters. And I have the kayak paddle. And I only take that out if, like, the weather's bad and I need to get from point A to point B pretty quick. Then I bust out the kayak paddle and then just use it like a kayak and just go. I don't like doing that. It's not my style. I'm a standard one-bladed paddle guy. But it works. It also gets more water in the canoe, which is not cool. But you can get covers for the tops of the canoe. It runs on the gunnels. And it'll turn basically the front of your canoe into almost like a kayak because it's covering it up. And a lot of folks that use a kayak paddle with a canoe, they'll get those covers that go on it. That way it keeps the water out of their canoe.
Makes it more like a kayak. Yeah.
Does make it like a kayak. They have what they call a pack boat, which is a canoe that the seat is down on the bottom of the canoe.
Yeah.
And you use that exactly like you would be in a kayak.
Hmm.
And I was thinking about at one time getting one of those, but it's like, no, we'll go with a standard raised seat canoe. And my seat it's dropped. It's a few inches off the gunnel, so it's not. The canoe I grew up with, the seat is damn near even with the gunnel. This one isn't. This one's dropped down. But so it's going to be very, very much fun. A lot of fun getting this paddle out into the water. Now, paddle versus oar. An oar is generally used if it's a one-sided. The oar is on one side. You would use two hands if you're on the same oar on one side, and somebody else would have another oar in front of you,
Yes. Yeah.
and they'd have two hands on it, and they'd be on the opposite side. Or you use two together, and you're sitting in the center, one to either side. That's an oar. A paddle, you're gripping on the top of it, not the shaft of it, on the top of it where the handle it is. And then the other hand is on the shaft down by the blade. And then you switch sides. So that's the difference between an oar and a paddle. Then you have several different types of oar mechanisms. An Adirondack guide boat mechanism does not allow for the oar to twist. Where like if you watch Olympic sculling, long skinny boats and they have oars on them, they'll turn it, they'll twist it, it's called feathering it. They'll feather the oar. They'll pull it straight, and the oar will be like this in the water. And then when they go out of the water and bring it forward, they feather. I had to go the opposite way. They feather it like this so that it's then parallel with the water, and it comes up, and then they turn it again, and then they come back, and it comes out, and they feather it, and it goes back in. Now, an Adirondack guide boat just has pins on either gunnel, and the oars can only go forward and backwards like this. You can't feather them. So how you use the oars is totally different because you're not twisting. And then you also have to choose: are you going to have your right or your left hand above the other? Because a lot of times the oars, where if you try to do it the same, you'd hit before you come back to your chest, or between your chest and belly. They'd hit each other. So you got to have one that's slightly higher than the other, and then you pull it, and you go. And you can alternate if you want. Most people don't. Judy says, I was wondering about that. What about the difference between an oar and a paddle? Yeah, it's application and some design, but it's mostly application. How are you using it with your watercraft? Is it two hands and on one side? Again, a canoe, you're capping off the end. You're putting your if you're on the right hand side, your left hand is on this part. Here we go, right here, is on this part right here. And different paddles, you see this isn't an oar. An oar, you wouldn't even have this. An oar, you look at them. Here's a good way to tell usually if it's an oar versus a paddle. An oar, the shaft from the blade all the way to the end is going to be pretty much the same. It's not going to flare out at the end. Sometimes it gets even smaller because the shaft of the oar is sometimes bigger than where you grip it. It'll be smaller where you grip it, and then the shaft is actually a little bit bigger. But yeah, a paddle, if you can see where you can grip on the top of it, good bet, call it a paddle, because it's probably exactly what it is. Where if you see it and it's straight, let's see if I can. Let's see if I can. I should be able to get an oar versus paddle. Yeah. Images, here we go. Yeah. See, this is an oar right here. Here is an oar versus a paddle. Oh, awesome picture. Let's see here. Open in a new tab. Please be big. There we go. Awesome. Here's a good demonstration. You see how the actual blades aren't that much different. They chose for the paddle, which is on the bottom, they chose a wider blade, but they don't have to be because you just saw the paddle I just got in. It's just a long, thin. So don't worry about the shape of the blade itself. But if you look, you see how the shaft on the top one, it's straight, and then there it is. This one's, again, a little bit smaller at the end because that's where you're supposed to grip it, where it's the red part there. And the paddle is below it. And you see how it flares out because you cap your hand on the end. Great demonstration. A paddle you use with both your hands. You need no mechanism on your watercraft. An oar, you need to have a place that locks it into your gunnels. And remember I said that's how there's a difference between like a scull and how they can feather it versus an Adirondack guide boat, which they don't. The pin doesn't feather. It doesn't allow them to rotate. It's just all they can do is up and down this way and then back and forth, but they can't feather the blade. So yeah, I should have pulled this up from the beginning instead of, yeah, it's so much easier. Somebody's done the work. They show what I was trying to demonstrate. And you have a single blade or a double blade.
What do you think that bottom one, the paddle?
What about it?
What do you think? What do you think that's made out of?
Oh, that bottom one's wood. Both of those are wood.
Well, I know they're wood, but what kind of wood?
Oh, it depends. That could be ash. It's light. Could be ash.
Yeah.
Ash
It's
is a.
awful light colored. That's why.
It is light. You can make them out of anything. You can make them out of pine. Pine would be light as well, but pine doesn't hold up very well.
I wouldn't think so.
Rosewood is one of the favorite paddle
Rose.
materials
Yeah.
out there, and a
Yeah,
neat thing
or
about
white
rosewood
oak.
is yeah, oak
Well,
is very
white oak
strong.
is the heart. White
Right.
oak is what they make made ships out of.
Yes.
My floors in my house are all white oak.
It's not as durable as ash, but it's easier to work and it's pretty. It's a tad bit more durable than rosewood, but it's generally not used as much for paddles as rosewood because they can get it smaller. An advantage of rosewood that people like is the fact that it will get darker with age. So you start out with a lighter, little bit darker, probably closer to the paddle up on the top in color. And then after 10, 15 years of use, it'll be a good bit darker because UV light tans it. It won't tan with the oak. It won't tan with the walnut. It won't tan with pine. They don't tan. Rosewood tans. So it's a very popular wood. I went with black walnut because I just think it's beautiful. It's not as durable as rosewood. It's definitely not as durable as ash. If you're a tripper and you just want to beat the hell out of your paddle, go with ash. Oak, rosewood, those two for average to slightly rougher use, those will do fine. And black walnut's it's about the same. But it's more expensive.
Yeah, what most gun stocks are
Yeah, they
walnut.
like use walnut, and there's various grades of walnut. So yeah, they very durable, very shock resistant,
Yeah.
relatively lightweight for its size, but more expensive. There's less of it. It's a specialty wood. It's like if you want a specialty guitar or anything that you want, and you go, okay, you usually come with like oak or pine, and then you go, well, do you want walnut? And you go walnut, and you go, well, now your price is twice as much because it's walnut. But it's absolutely beautiful. I used to do a lot of woodwork, and yeah, my go-to. I love bird's eye maple. Absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't have a paddle in it though because I like them darker. But if it's for something smaller or like gun grips or something like that, bird's eye maple, absolutely
I've got
fantastic.
an old antique table with that
Bird's eye maple, yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful piece.
yeah. But walnut, you can't go wrong with walnut.
Yeah. I remember my ex had a friend of his was going out to, they have that gardener hunt every year out in, is it Montana? Elk hunt. And he borrowed my husband's rifle, and he loaded his own shells.
Mm-hmm.
We loaded all our shells and all our rifle ammunition, but this guy, I don't know what he did. He blew the stock off of it. Cost a mint to.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's you normally won't. It's generally not an ammunition problem if your stock breaks. There's got to be something. There's got to be something wrong with your stock. I mean, yeah, you can have high recoil and that can do it, but the load itself shouldn't have broken a decent stock. He
Yeah,
had to
you
have
can
it.
overload them.
Yeah,
You can
well, I didn't say you couldn't overload them. I said, but that's generally it's not the reason. If you have a good stock and there's nothing wrong with it, and you overload your round, it's not going to mess up your stock. There has to be something wrong with the stock. So it was either had a break in it, a split in it,
There could have been
dried out right there. There had to have been a weak point in the stock. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't overload your ammo. Oh, you most certainly can. But it generally won't break your stock because it doesn't. Just the physics of it. They're designed to take the recoil. There has to be a problem with the wood. So I'm more likely. It could have been he could have overloaded it. Yeah, some folks go hot. Yeah.
Yeah, it just blew a chunk of it out.
Yeah,
just
had to have a problem with the stock. Peggy says, "Hi there. My house didn't have supposed to be CA. I think you said meant AC when I first moved in, but that has been rectified. Anyway, all the wood in my house is mahogany, and it has never aged from humidity. Yeah, mahogany's good.
Yeah.
My guitar, my Taylor is Sapele. I went over there. It's it's like mahogany, but it's not mahogany. It's a rainforest mahogany, so it's very similar wood. And it's quilted. This one's quilted. Not all Sapele is quilted, but yeah, mahogany's good. Going to pay more for that. Laurel says, "Hi all." Hey Laurel, welcome to the show.
Hey, Laurel.
Yeah, generally if your stock breaks, I don't even care what material it is. It tends to be a stock issue. Doesn't tend to be the load issue. If it's a hot load, you're more than likely going to screw up the gun itself with a hot load.
Yeah, the barrel.
Yeah, the breech where it
Bullshit
sets in.
barrel.
Yeah. But generally the stock doesn't matter what it's made out of. If it breaks, it's generally a stock issue. It's not a load issue. And wood's finicky. Wood's finicky, so it might have had a knot in a weird place. It could have had a split that was developing over time, and then run a hot load, and you'll blow a chunk out. But yeah. So yeah, I've got to check the weather forecast, and hopefully within the next couple days, please. It's been what? It's been, oh hell, almost a month since I went out canoeing. Had to be.
God, it was 106 here today.
Yeah, how's the humidity?
It isn't really that bad. I've been messing with it was really weird. We had a storm. It wasn't really, we had some really high winds, and I have these two huge, well, they're probably put in about the time this house was built. This house is 80 years old. And I have these huge pecan trees in the bag. And I always get up really early. And about 5 o'clock, it just stopped raining. And we got 4.5 inches in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. And I always feed the dog, out on the deck. And I went out to feed her, and I was my deck is enclosed. And I went to open the door. I was going to go outside, and I heard this crack. And I thought, oh, shit, I've heard that before. And I stepped back, and that limb busted off that tree and fell. Didn't do any damage but the tops of it, I mean, it wasn't a foot from me. The branch was about, I don't know, 20 feet or so long and about 10, 12 inches across at the base. But it was kind of freaky. So I've been dealing with that, cutting that up and dragging it out to the curb. And
when'd you say that happened?
It was last Saturday. Yeah. Friday. I think it was storming Friday night into
So why are
Saturday.
you taking it out to the curb?
Because our city will pick it up. Well, they have a free pickup
Oh,
thing when we have
yeah.
these storms.
So I'd be burning that in the pit. It's,
Yeah, well, I don't
yeah.
have a pit.
You don't have a pit? Oh man, get a pit. Do you have room for a pit?
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get a pit. Pits are awesome. Peggy says, I saw on the news where Alton, New Hampshire has been decimated with flooding.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I saw that too.
Alton is the lower tip of Lake Winnipesaukee.
So, what region of the state is that in?
Uh, we consider it central upstate. It's south of the White Mountains. Let me pull up for you. I'll show you exactly where Alton is.
Yeah, I saw that. That was.
This is Alton right there. I just got it up on the
Okay.
screen. That's Alton, but it doesn't show you where it is in the state. But as you said, or as I told you, this is Winnipesaukee right here. Huge lake, biggest lake in New
Yeah.
Hampshire.
Yeah.
And come on, show me here. This is the White Mountains. See right here, this is the Kangamungus right here. This is Lincoln. Oh wait, no, this is Kangamungus is down here. Kangamungus is you're not showing the highway, but it's south of Conway, so it runs here, and this is the Presidential Mountain, Presidential Range Highway up above here. But let's see if we can get all of New Hampshire. This is all of New Hampshire. Well, I have to go down because there it is. From here, this is the tip, and this is the base, and this is Massachusetts down here. This is Concord. I'm in this area. Gus is in this area as well, both in the greater Concord area. So this is where Alton is. You can still see the red and white roped area right there. So we consider it sort of central, but central north, because we call the Great White North is any place that is from the White Mountains further north, and that's north. That's north. So this is all north up here, and this is the White Mountains, and then you got the Winnipesaukee area. But Winnipesaukee, you see, it's actually just south of center. But when people say central New Hampshire, they normally say there's someplace between Concord and Winnipesaukee. It's weird because it's a long, skinny state. But that answers your question. That is where it is in the state here. Let me just go back in here. And then you've got Manchester right here, which is the largest city in New Hampshire. Then you got Nashua down here, which I believe is the second largest.
What's
And
your capital?
Concord,
Concord is.
right here.
Okay. Okay.
That's the state capital right there. See, bing, there's the Capitol building. So yes, both Gus and I can get to the Capitol. I can get to the Capitol in probably about 20 minutes. He's closer. He can probably get there in maybe 15. Well, depends upon how he goes, because Fisherville Road, that's a slow road. So I don't know. But yeah, Vermont was hit worse than New Hampshire is, though. But we've got enough rain. It's done. We don't need any more rain. But this whole area right here, we had line of thunderstorms running this way, right across the state. And Vermont had a bunch, and I believe they had some further up north as well. And they have been totally hammered. And the other day I was mentioning that I think it was when I posted up the video of the chickens in the rain.
Oh,
Let's see here. Where is it? Did I put it? Is it in my video section now? Yeah. There we go. This video, this was on the 16th. So that would have been the Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday morning. Had tornado and flood warnings shooting diagonal. That line that I showed you, that's the whole line from Vermont border up through Manchester, Allenstown, Epsom, and then kind of going northeast as well for the good part of the morning, from probably about 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Wow, this is not loading. But I haven't gotten any nasty warnings saying that I've got drop frames. So let's get back over here. Get back over there. There we go. Yeah, when I got that weather vane right there, it was all solid color. It was just the kind of wrought iron blackish.
Black.
And I said, no, I can't see it. So I got colonial red, and I fixed that up. So it's like, oh, see, now I can see it out there. Because it was getting lost in things in the background. No, if I'm going to pay the money for it, I want to see it. Our summer wreath. Big chicken. I move him out of the way when I'm
I like that chicken.
Yeah, he's awesome. And you see it's raining here and the girls don't care. It's fine. Hey, and you'll notice I've got the porch rail and steps and everything painted now. So I've done all the fixing for them, and I've got them painted up right. So it was on my honeydew list for this year. I got some more painting on the porch that I did. I got some post painting on the far end of the porch, and new steps on that side all painted up. I got to go around the house and get some of the windowsills on the outside and some of the window panes. Those have got to be repainted this year. And my goofy girls. I shouldn't say mine. They're the misses, but I spend a lot of time with them. Yeah, my camera work's a bit shaky, but the video that I posted up today, that was off on my cell phone. To do quick work with the cell phone. This is my Nikon D7100. Primarily, it's a still photography camera, but it has video capabilities. So, okay, I'll go ahead and.
Wow, nice. I got a D5300.
Yeah, a lot of rain, too much rain. Lawn's loving it. And I did my timing right. I mowed. I think it was Friday I mowed. So I did, yep, it had to have been Friday, because I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with it on the weekend. Everybody else they're going to be mowing their lawns and doing their stuff. And I said, no, I want to enjoy my weekend. Got all the mowing front and back done. And then enjoyed the weekend. Couldn't get out driving, couldn't do it because of the rain, but I didn't have to worry about mowing and having a jungle out there. Everybody's running out in between the rain showers to get their lawns mowed.
So Sunday, are you gonna move back to fake book?
No, I'm keeping it unless something changes. I'm keeping the show here on YouTube.
Cool.
Now I'm hoping that I'll get the migration from the old crew. In the last couple days, I have been in fact late yesterday and then into today. I've been getting a lot more traffic on my webpage, on my Facebook page. So my content is going out. This last week, especially in the last couple days of the week, people were always, oh, no, it had to have been, no. Today's Tuesday. So Sunday and Monday. And people were still going, hey, glad to have you back. It's like I didn't go anywhere. People weren't getting my content because they were throttling me down. And that's changing. I've got one more day. Tomorrow should be the very last day. I'd have to look at the hour countdown on all the restrictions they've been putting on my page and content. So hopefully folks will migrate over. I know I got some more people watching. You watching, Gus? Gus likes to wait in the wings. He should be quiet till I say something he can't resist, and then he types up, and then he gets tired of typing, and then he jumps into the Zoom room. I don't know if they're back. They should be back. They should be back from up north. And they're up north, but they're on the northwest. But no, I've got no plans to bring the show back to Facebook.
Good.
I don't want to be beholden to them. I put up every time the show goes up. I put out in the morning that the show's coming on, so people know that it's on its way. And then when the show goes live, I post a link. I post a link while it's doing the 5-minute countdown, so folks have look. If they're not subscribed to YouTube, they're still going to get the notification on Facebook, as long as they get notifications that I posted something. See, that was the twist there. But yeah, folks need to just come on over to YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and YouTube, from what I understand, has been very good at letting folks know that the show is going live. What else? We dealt with the Chapman issue. Boy, that got to make shit up. Make shit up for controversy. Somebody's got to be a victim. It's like, no, stop it. The pictures have been leaked of the new Snow White cast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the got Hispanic Snow White, and a gaggle of only one dwarf. The rest of them were guys and gals, but of various ethnicities and clearly sexual orientations. It's like, no, stop it. Just stop. Oh, but we've got to change the classics. We've got to no. How about writing your own shit? Write your own shit. Leave the classics alone. Write your own shit. If it's good, everybody will watch it. You pull this shit over and over and over again. People don't like it. You're going to lose money. Stop it. Just make your own stuff. Leave everybody else's alone. Got to update it for modern times and sensibilities. Screw you. There was reasons for the stories and who was in them. Judy says, how crazy. Ruining everything. Yeah, let's see if I can find it. I should be able to find it. Here, I keep forgetting. I've got it. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. This is glorious. Absolutely glorious. Here we go. There you go. There's the cast and crew. So you got the Hispanic Snow White. She kind of looks like a little Red Riding Hood esque.
Well, they got the token white in there.
Yeah. So yeah, you got a black chick here as one of the dwarfs. You got a creepy stalker dude there. Looks like a dwarf. I don't know if this is a guy or a girl. Really dark black dwarf. This is kind of like your average wannabe, a Jack Sparrow wannabe, overweight Jack Sparrow wannabe. This guy, and then here's this other black guy, and they've got a dwarf. One dwarf. They got one dwarf in there.
Yeah.
But it's like, what are you? What? Stop it. Stop it. Judy says, "Oh my God, that is stupid." It is. It's like, no. There's a reason. Not Little Red Riding. See, I called her Little Red Riding. She looks like a Little Red Riding Hood with a blue bodice that Snow White would wear. But yeah, Snow White was called Snow White for a reason, and it was because she had lily white skin. And snow, if you read the original text, the snow was because her mother it was white snow, and she pricked her finger in the winter, and it dropped into the snow, the blood, and it was pretty. She wish my kid had, she was white as snow, and her blood is red as blah 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 or whatever. So whatever. There was a reason. She had dark hair, light skin, and that's the way it was. But they gotta mess with everything. Peggy says, I've been saying that for a long time. There are many wonderful stories out there that could make great movies. No need to remake stories already filmed. Right. Or if you're going to do it, if you want to see, they've done similar things where they have taken an old movie that was done and they updated it. Right. But they just used modern actors of the time that were now popular. But they didn't change the story. They just packaged it different. But they didn't change the characters. They didn't change their race. They didn't change their gender. They didn't change their sexual orientation. Because most of the time, it didn't matter. Stop it. Stop pushing stuff that's irrelevant to the story.
Yeah, like you said, quit messing with the classics.
Yeah.
Actually be creative and do something.
Make your own. Make your own.
Exactly.
But they're lazy. They we got a new TV show. Let's take an old TV show from the 70s or 80s. Let's just remake it, but totally screw up the characters and change things around. It's like, no, make your own damn story. They weren't remaking something that was done.
No.
Make your own shit. What's new now? What is new? You want to impress me? Tell me what's new. Do your own shit and let us judge it.
Before I went to the Sound of Freedom last week, the last movie I had seen that I actually went to the theater to see was Avatar. That was a long time.
Now, which one? You're talking about
the first one.
The Blue People.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see Avatar, they've got Avatar, and then they've got Avatar The Last Airbender. See, so two avatars out there. So I always have to specify, okay, which one is the Blue People, the planet
the first one.
Yeah. Because Avatar Last Airbender is a anime.
Yeah, that was
thing.
About 8 years ago.
And now they've got the second Avatar in the Blue People.
I haven't seen anything about
movie.
it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not into those kind of movies, but Avatar I did enjoy. It was a good movie.
It was okay. I get tired of the humans are bad trope. Humans are
Yeah,
always the
yeah.
bad guy, and they want to screw with everybody. And then, of course, everybody on a foreign planet, they're all like Native American-ish, you know. And it's like, no, come on, let's get original. So yeah, it was a decent movie. I
It
enjoyed
was
it, but
pretty good.
the trope with bad humans, good Native American type alien people, it just gets old. It's this. Oh no, just stop it.
Yeah, my husband, he was into like those things like Harry Potter. God, I hated those. Crap like that. But he was a big
I didn't.
Star Wars.
My father was into Harry Potter. He could tell you everything about Harry Potter, and every time we talk about it, I tell him, Dad, I don't watch Harry Potter. I
I
just,
never did. I
I
never
don't.
read the books.
I know who Harry Potter is,
Yeah,
and that's it. I,
yeah.
you could tell me his cohorts names. I don't know who they are. I don't know what the girl's name is. I don't know what the redhead boy's name is. I mean,
Right.
I can identify them if I see them. I can't tell you their name, but I go, yeah, that's a
Well, I don't
Harry
think I could
Harry
do that.
Potter. Then they had like the the school staff. I know who they are, but I couldn't tell you their names. But I know who they. Okay, this is the schoolmaster, and this is the groundskeeper dude. It's the guy with the beard, right? The chubby guy with the beard, the chubby fat guy with the beard. Wasn't he like the groundskeeper or something like that?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Never went to any of the
that tells
movies.
you.
And I didn't read the
No,
books.
see, I know Chronicles of Narnia. I know them. Uh, I know. I'm trying to think any Lord of the Rings, but I'm not a
Yeah, yeah. He was in
not Harry
Lord
Potter.
of the Rings. He was into that really like that.
Hagrid.
My idea of a
Hagrid is
good
what Laurel
fantasy
says.
is something like The Walking Dead.
Oh, The Walking Dead. Yeah, yeah,
Man, I watched that for 10 years.
yeah. They got Walking Dead. They got Fear the Walking Dead.
I
Is there
started
another?
watching
Is there
that and
another?
I
There's
lost
another
interest.
spin-off.
Yeah, there was another spinoff after that.
Yeah,
And I didn't like it, so I wouldn't watch it
yeah.
either.
I'm trying to get through 100. That's on
Oh,
Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah, it's it's just getting more stupid and stupid as the
Well,
series
they
goes
all
along.
do.
Yeah, it's like stop it.
I think one of the
Shield
best
Shield did the
things
same
they,
thing. Watching Shield, I was like, oh, this is pretty good, and then you get near the end, and it's like, oh man, you guys are getting really stupid. But Laurel says Hagrid. Hagrid's the fat guy with the beard. Is he the groundskeeper? Is Hagrid the groundskeeper?
come on, you guys out there. Laurel? Okay.
Right. Yeah. Laurel says the groundskeeper. See, I got one of the characters right. I got one of the character right. Didn't he have what? Didn't he have a friend dragon or something like that? What was up with that? Did he have a friend? He was like looking after a dragon or something. I like I said, I don't know Harry Potter, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know them. Hey, in a lot of folks like them. That's great.
Oh,
Glad
yeah.
that they can
That's
enjoy
just
them.
like anything,
Yeah.
Star Wars, anything, everybody's got their thing.
Laurel says, I've read all the books and watched all the movies. The dragon was forbidden and he had to give him up. Oh, so he did have a dragon. So I thought there was a dragon associated with it. So I guess it was something that I'd seen. So okay. Okay, I was kind of in the right spot there. Yeah, I never got into them. I'm sure if I just got the series and started watching it, it'd be okay. But it's just, to me, it's too youth focused. Chronicles of Narnia was also youth focused, but there was so many other characters. The number of youths that were really it's different. I just got a totally different vibe from the Chronicles of Narnia versus the Harry Potter series. It never.
I guess I like blood and guts and mayhem. I like things like
Yeah,
Breaking Bad.
yeah. There's not yeah, Better Call Saul.
Oh well, I didn't watch that one.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, if you like,
No,
yeah, yeah. Watch Better Call. See,
Oh, okay.
I didn't
When
watch
I get
Breaking
bored and I
Bad.
run out of shit, I'll watch
Right,
that.
I didn't watch Breaking Bad. I haven't watched that.
Oh, that
But
one. Yeah,
they're
he's that.
sibling
That's where
shows.
Saul came from.
Yeah.
That's where
So
Saul came.
so right. So I did watch Better Call Saul.
Oh well, you got to watch Breaking Bad. It's awesome.
Laurel says it's good versus evil. No, no, I get that.
Yeah,
You know,
it
so was
is.
Chronicles of Narnia. I just never got into the Harry Potter series. Just didn't.
I had a girlfriend growing up when I lived up in North Dakota, and that was her main thing. Was she liked those animated movies and stuff like that. So we went to a lot of them. I don't know. I never got into it. Just wasn't me. But I went to them.
Well, I'd explained why my interests go where they go. If it's too, I like war movies, and that's great. My favorite movie of
Oh,
all
I love
time is
war movies.
Apocalypse Now. But if I'm going to watch a series, I tend to not. If I'm going to read a book, I don't read war books. I don't read crime books.
Crime is my thing.
It's too close. It's too close to the bone. I want to escape when I read, so it's always, or almost always, fantasy. Elf Queen Shannara, the Sword of Truth series, Dungeons and Dragons, Chronicles of Narnia, things like that. Something that is as far away from reality. And I don't even read many westerns. I've read a couple.
Oh God, that's all.
Louis
I
L'Amour,
used-
he's pretty
I
good,
used to
but
read 'em.
I don't read them.
I used to own just about everything Louis L'Amour.
Yeah, he's a great author. It's
Oh,
great
God, yeah.
books, but
Well,
I
when I
don't
was
I
in
don't tend to gravitate towards it. Again, too close to the bone.
Yeah.
I want to escape. When I read, I want to be something different.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not me, I guess.
Yeah, sci-fi. I'm sci-fi again.
I'm not.
It's
I'm not
it's
into
different.
sci-fi.
Laurel says it's all crime and drama for her.
I call it murder porn. That's what I watch.
Yeah,
is-
yeah. The missus, she's
Yes.
in crime and drama. That's almost
Yeah.
all that she. And to me, it's when I start reading those things or I start watching the shows, I'm solving the mystery before it's done. It's not. No, so I don't. I don't want to do that. Give me sci-fi. Give me fantasy, and I'm happy. It's
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
I just.
it's
I'm
far
into
enough
fantasy.
separated.
Yeah. Entertainment.
Right? Can you imagine like a doctor wanting to watch like Grey's Anatomy or something like that? It's
Oh
like,
yeah. No,
by
I
the
don't
time
think
you're
so.
through, or a lawyer wanting to watch lawyer shows, it's like no. When I'm not earning my money, I want to be someplace else, do something else.
I don't know because I've always been fascinated with forensics, and if
Yeah,
I
but you're
could-
not a forensic scientist, and you're not a
Right,
police
exactly.
officer. So yeah, it's all fun and games then. Yeah.
It is.
No, I get the draw. I get the draw. It's not a draw for me. Laurel says I like Blacklist. Blacklist was another. It was a great show, and then the last season to maybe 2 seasons, it got really stupid.
Yeah.
It's like
I
there is no way that she would have done this, or it's like no, it was just really stupid. Yeah, like Laurel said, then it went weird. Right. Same way with Shield, Agents of Shield, same exact way. It's like starts out really good, and it's like what you just can't write good anymore, so you just throw everything into it, and it doesn't make sense. It's just weird. Just weird.
Did Laurel? Did you ever see Wentworth? That was good. That series.
Wentworth.
It
I
was
don't
a-
think I.
It was a female prison system movie. It was made in Australia, or it was really good.
It's like, oh, it's all girls coming up here. That used to be on Netflix, right? No, it says,
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
is
that's
season 9 of Wentworth not on on Netflix. So yeah, it had to have been on Netflix.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, oh God, it was it was really cool.
Yeah, prisoners and staff of Wentworth Correctional
Oh
Center.
yeah, the warden, she was God, she was it. It was pretty much about her.
A lot of blue, yeah, blue uniforms there. Light blue for the prisoners and dark blue for the guards. That's another job never contemplated at all. Uh,
I
Correctional
have an aunt
facility.
that was a correctional officer.
Yeah, you can't pay me enough to babysit. I'll
No, I
I'll
don't think
lock him
I'd
up.
want to do it. Her, but she was a correctional officer in a men's prison up
Yeah,
in
yeah. Don't get me
Illinois.
started on that. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah. Not a fan. Peggy says, I admire law enforcement officers for being able to balance dealing with the dregs of society and ordinary life and people. Some are better than others. Some are better than others. Good officers are good officers. There's a shit ton of bad officers out there. I've worked with officers that should not have had a badge. So I get it. I was a very good officer. Most people probably go, yeah, yeah. And I've had people say, why don't you run for sheriff? No, no. Past that time, no. No law enforcement anymore, sheriff or otherwise. No
Yeah.
politics. Politics, if it was like 30 years ago, same age as I am now, but 30 years ago, I would have jumped into politics. Now, no. There's
Oh
no
well.
appeal to me because it's mudslinging and horse shit, and there's no way, there's absolutely
Yeah.
no way that I could deal with that, and I wouldn't put up with it, and I wouldn't want myself or my family drugged through the needless muck that's out there now at all levels on the political landscape. So no, not doing it. We got a bunch more folks that are watching the show. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead and type up, say hello. If you have Zoom, the Zoom meeting number is in the description of the show. It is Zoom meeting room 978-806-0672, which is the same number as the live studio line. Well, minus the one. The studio line is 1-978-806-0672. Yeah, what was another? There was another prison movie. It was a male prison movie. Oz. Wasn't it Oz? It was quite popular back. That's got to be. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see when Oz was on. Wow, 97. 97. Ran for 6 seasons. Yeah, the insurance guy. Vernon Schlinger, is that was his name? Schlinger was the one of the bad prisoners. Wow, I see a lot of familiar faces here. Yep. Didn't realize it was quite that long ago. 97. That's over 20 years ago. Yeah, it takes law enforcement is a tricky thing. The type of personality that makes a good law enforcement officer is the same mentality that makes a good prize fighter, that makes a good military jet fighter pilot, and that makes an awesome criminal, which is why there's some overlap in there. There's oftentimes overlap, and that's why you get crooked cops, and it's the same type of personality, type A. I'm a type A, but I'm a controlled type A. It's I wrote an article. It was quite a few years ago, and it's about how I never wanted to be an outlaw. I'm a law and order guy. I'm a by the book guy. I am a God bless our country. I will support the military and the police and the government itself, because there used to be a time when I could support it. I was red, white, and blue. So it really pained me over the years to have to step back and go, hey, whoa, we've gone too far on too many things, and not back the blue by default, not back the government by default. Just so it put me in an odd spot. And here we are. Oh, here we go. Hey, welcome to the show, Gus.
Hey, Gus.
Good evening.
How long you been listening in, Gus?
About 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, you came in late.
Yeah.
Sally with you?
Well, yeah, she's here.
Hello.
Hey, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
How are you guys?
We're doing fine.
Peachy. Hot.
Peachy. Hot. We're hot. We're all hot.
Yeah, we're all hot.
We're the hot
like
ones.
106 here.
No,
today.
I'm actually pretty good. I've had the AC running in the studio all day, and I cranked it up just before the show. It was on low all day because I was working. I worked in the studio all day, so I had it on low. But when I use my power using when I'm talking a lot, because I expel a lot of hot air. You heard it. You heard it here first. Right from the horse's mouth. I expel a lot of hot air. Yeah, it just gets hot when I'm doing the show. So just before the show, I just cranked up the AC a bit more, and yeah, I'm actually pretty comfortable.
Yeah, so we were sitting on the porch.
Yeah, the rain cooled things off. It's still raining over there, Gus?
We didn't have a drop.
Oh, you didn't have a drop? Man, we've been dealing with downpours and thunderstorms all afternoon.
Thanks for taking a hit.
Didn't hear you, Sally.
I said thanks for taking the hit.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, every once in a while is fine. You get it for the rest of the week, okay?
Yeah, we had it up at camp pretty bad this last weekend.
Yeah, we've been, well, same here. Hammered. It's done. It's done. Enough.
You think?
Calling for Noah.
Yeah. No, I've started building. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kept saying, because we were going to put off putting the tarp across the whole run until maybe later. It's like, I said, no. So we got it up. I think that the girls were in the run for only like 2 days before the whole double tarp system was in play. And it's like good decision, because then it's been, well, maybe it's my fault. Could that be? Like washing a car. It's like, I put the tarp up, so now we're all dealing with this rain.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
It's my fault. I'll take the hit on that. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I posted up the video today, and I'm standing in the run. It's dry in the run. I had to mess with their watering waterer. It's like, what do they call that damn thing? It's a waterer. Okay, so I had to mess with the waterer. It was too much flow, and it's like, man, it's half done already. 5-gallon waterer, filled it up this morning. It's already half empty. It's like, no, they didn't drink that much water. So it's too much of a flow, so I had to control the airflow. But whatever. What were you saying there, Gus?
Oh, I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I was inside, and I'm like, oh well. I had been asked, hey, how are the girls in the rain and everything? I was like, oh, I'll just get out the camera. I'll show you. I was fine. So while it was downpouring, I stayed in there. As soon as it let up a little bit, I left and went back out on the porch.
Took one for the team.
Yeah, well, I didn't take a big hit because I waited until the downpour was over.
Yeah.
Then got out. I mean, I wasn't standing in the downpour. I was in the run, so I was dry.
Were you running with the chickens?
No. yeah, we were running the racetrack around their tent.
I didn't know if you were teaching them a new move,
No.
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 Maybe they would.
Yeah.
No. They're doing their thing. They're getting super friendly. Come out on the porch and they come running to the front of the run. It's like, hey, who's there? How you doing? Hey, what you guys doing? They'll go down there and they'll stick my hand between the door and the run itself. Stick it in there, and they'll come over for their petting, and they'll give me their chicken kisses. They're goofy.
They know who feeds them.
I don't feed them. I just do their water because that's heavy.
Well, it's close.
Yeah. Nah, the missus feeds them. That's the light work. The water's heavy. Man, well, you stop and think about it. Huge waterer. I got to bring that inside, and I take it into the bathroom, put it in the tub, wash it all out, fill it back up, and then take that all back outside. Heavy. So that's what I do. And she cleans it. She got a little rake, and I got to get her a little broom because we've got the predator apron, and on the front side it can't be on the outside because it's the walkway, so it drops and then runs on the ground the first 2.5 feet or so of the run. Works great, but you can't pick up their poop and stuff very good because your rake gets caught in it. So I'm thinking there's got to be a brush. If there's like a little brush, she can just brush it out to where the apron isn't, and then rake it up from there.
And just put it in all your flower beds.
Yeah, I don't know where she puts it. It just. Oh, we got some absolutely gorgeous foxgloves. We put them out front.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, should bring in the butterflies and the hummingbirds, and it should, except for the fact that number one, foxgloves don't like excessive heat. So if it's over 90 degrees, they wilt. They don't do very well. So within 2 days of us putting the two big groups, and I think I put pictures out on that. 2 days after we got them, and they ain't cheap. We had 2 days over 90 degrees, and they just went bleh. So that looked like shit. Yes, they'll
come back.
Yeah, they're called a biperennial. So they last 2 years, but they drop their seeds, so they're a spreader, and we didn't know that.
That's called biannual.
Yeah, so I've got them out back. So we'll figure out where we want them, but since they're all wilted, there's no way that we're going to keep them out in front of the house. So
I have a unique plant. It's called an angel trumpet.
An angel of trumpet.
Angel trumpet. Thing's huge. I cut it down to the ground every year, and I cover it with about 3 feet of mulch, and then I cover that and put a rock on it every year because it's more of a tropical thing.
Angels trumpets?
Angel trumpet. It gets, right now, it's about 10 feet tall.
They yellowish?
Yeah, well, There's peach and there's white
Okay,
and
'cause it's-
yellow and purple.
The reason I asked, because it says Angel's Trumpet came up, and I would just wanted to know if it was this one right
Oh
here.
yeah, they're
Is that it?
cool plants. Yeah, that's it.
They face downwards.
Yeah, huge blooms. But they're night blooming plants, but
Mm.
they will bloom during the day. Awesome plants. But they will freeze out. I'm at the probably edge of where they live.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do too well up here.
Nope, probably not. A lot of people up there that do them, they dig them up and put them in a pot. And
Oh hell, that's
winter
too much
'em that
work.
way.
Yeah,
It is. That's
that's
too
too
much
much
work.
work.
I'm not going to do that.
No, I don't have a Better Homes and Gardens house, but my goal wherever I go, and I've gotten it more. I've got some more stuff to do. Make it as maintenance free as possible. Like I always say, things are as difficult or as easy as you want to make them. So when
Yeah,
it comes,
that's
to,
true.
it's like let's try to make things as easy to maintain as possible. So, you know, I got a new weed whacker coming in. Decided to go electric. I've been switching over a lot of my gear to electric over the years, just because it's handier. Now I keep all of the standard stuff, but not having to mix the 2-cycle gas and not having to worry about the choke being off and things not working. So like
Yeah, I had one of those rechargeable ones.
yeah.
It lasted a couple of years.
And I don't have a lot of property, so it's like I don't need a power system. I don't need a power system. I just need something that's going to be able to trim up. Oh, let's see if I can calculate how much trimming I'm going to need. Probably total, maybe 500 feet total trimming. Total.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I don't have a whole lot. So I don't need. I have, like I said, I have a gas weed whacker. But the older it gets, I've had to replace this part and that part, and it's just a pain in the ass to keep running. And like, yeah, it's time to get an electric because I don't have massive amount of property. Not like Mr. Gus over there.
Yeah, but I don't. I have gas, but I've went to the battery one.
You heard it. You heard it here first as well. Gus has gas.
Right.
Yeah, there's for certain tools and certain applications. You know, if you're going to be out there all day doing stuff, gas is the way to go. But if you're going to do a quick job, the battery's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a battery one that you can take the battery out and charge it. You know, instead of that wall-mounted bullshit.
Yeah, most of them come with a detachable. I think the one that I got's a 21 volt or something like that. Not super powerful, but again, I don't need it for industrial agricultural work. I've just got, like I said, probably somewhere around maybe 500 feet total of trimming. And if you've got that, I'm tired of using the hand trimmers around things. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a japonica on the corner that I have to go out there and keep trimmed down. One year, after I first moved here, I didn't trim it keep it low enough, and the city sent me a nasty letter.
Yeah, that can happen.
That'll be the day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your situation is a little bit different than ours is probably, and definitely than mine.
Yeah,
But
living in
I
the city.
haven't gotten a nasty gram from anybody on anything. So
If they sent me a nasty gram, I'd let it grow into a hayfield.
yeah, there you go. How do you like them apples?
The way I look at it, it's my land. I do what I want with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I wish I was there.
Just like if I want to cut a tree down, I cut it down. I don't
Yep.
ask any.
Yeah. Ain't got time for that. Get her done.
Right. My air conditioner is whining.
Is it?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine's
I
just
don't know what's.
mine's just chugging along. You can probably hear it popping in the background every once in a while.
Well, mine's only about 3 feet away from my phone, and she just shut it off. So
Yeah, I'm
here it comes.
about 6 feet away from mine. So.
But I'm on a cell phone. It picks up everything.
Yeah, well, cell phones, we've talked about that too. It's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. It won't pick up your voice very much sometimes,
Nope.
but somebody 100 feet away, you can hear them fine.
Yeah. The
Excuse
cat
me.
just spotted, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Tomorrow's the big day for us. We get to go finalize our deal, and we.
Oh, good job.
We'll get our tour of it, and then we'll set up delivery.
Awesome, fantastic. I thought it was getting delivered this week. I misunderstood.
No.
You're just
No.
finalizing things and getting it ready.
Yeah.
Judy says that weather vane is beautiful. I really like that. Oh, the one with the chicken, my rooster weather vane. Thank you. Like I said, that came it was wrought iron color the whole way. And visually I kept losing it, even though it's out front, but because of the stuff in the back of it and across the street, I'd lose it. So I said, I'm gonna take care of this. Went down, got some flat colonial red Rust-Oleum and some just taped off underneath it and just painted from just below the rooster on up to include the arrow underneath. And it's like, oh, there you go. Took care of that. So when do you expect it to be delivered there, Gus?
Next week or the week after.
Let's go next week.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah. I'm sure that Sally is definitely giddy as a schoolgirl.
Yep. Oh, maybe it'll get delivered on our birthday.
Oh, there you go. That'd be nice. Is
Yeah.
that next week?
26.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. And today's the 18th, right? Okay. So
something
it's on end of next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not looking at the calendar either.
Yeah, the same with it's like I'm lucky to get I get the date just before the show. I'm lucky if I'm not doing a show to tell you what day of the week it is. That's the way it is.
Well, it's the joys of being retired. I don't care what day it is. It's always
Yeah.
Saturday.
Well, you guys have come down on me in the past. Right? It's like, yeah, next show is Sunday. No, it's Sunday now. We've got 2 more shows coming. It's like, oops.
Yeah.
Oh well. Mm-hmm.
So, just to let you know, I actually got a notification today. It says, "Would you like to see more of the Whiskey Cowboys content?"
Oh,
I
thank
said,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd said earlier on the show in the last couple days, there's been people popping up and they're like, "Oh, good to have you back. I'm glad you're back." It's like I didn't go anywhere. This is all Facebook stopping my content from going out to include those who have subscribed to my page. I think that's complete horseshit. It's one thing not recommending to other people. It's another thing preventing what people have asked to hit their feeds to not hit their feeds. And I've had people cancel their monthly subscription. So I've lost money over this.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, well, Facebook doesn't give 2 shits.
Nope. Well, they do. They care about the control.
Yeah. And I don't begrudge somebody not continuing financial support. I mean, but I don't get a lot of it anyways. I can't pay my bills what I make. But I can understand that if they're donating financially because they have been receiving a steady flow of content from me, and then they don't get it for a month, yeah, I can see how they would stop donating. I don't blame them for it, but that's why I also tell people, whether you've subscribed to my Facebook page or not, go to it physically every day or every other day. And most people don't. I get it, they don't, but they should, because they're missing content. And because of that, though, I did throttle back some of the amount of content that I put out, and I'm going to ramp it up again. So for those that were used to seeing a lot more, usually I'm about a third of what I usually put out. You're going to get that again. It just wasn't worth the time each day to go and put out the content when the vast majority of people, they weren't getting it. They weren't seeing it. So we'll see. Go. What'd you say? What'd you say, Gus?
I said they were trying to make you lazy.
No, it's not. It kind of worked out because I've been busy around the house anyways.
Yeah, I know.
But no, it just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense, because time is a resource as well. To spend so much time and energy researching things, getting it out there and putting it on the page when nobody's seeing it. I have seen a huge, not what it was before this month's shenanigans, but in the last couple days, there has been a notable rise in interaction on posts that I make and emojis to posts that I make that were virtually non-existent for a month. It was like, well, shit, there's no way that if I put out something, let's say I make a post, boom, there's no way that within a 24-hour period I should only have either 0 to 5 emojis. It's like, there's no way. Especially not 0. I've got stuff out there where I had 0 emojis on. It's like, are you kidding me? There's no way that out of over 7,000 people following my content, nobody liked this. It's like, no, they weren't seeing it.
Yeah. Well, we'll hope that after the next day or so, it'll go right back up.
Yeah, tomorrow should be the last full day. I don't know. It's not a full day, but I don't know when the hour countdown is. So we'll see. And again, hopefully they will open up and recommend. If they asked if you want to see more of this content, hopefully that's going to apply and my stuff's going to be just put in general feeds again.
Right. And that's kind of what I was figuring, is they're relaxing.
Yeah. Because they cranked down hard. I mean, hard. At least I was able to still post stuff.
Yep.
But it wasn't getting seen. So that's half the it's half the battle. It's half the battle.
Well, that's why I kept shooting you stuff and telling you what I see.
Yeah, and it's appreciated. It's appreciated because I don't know. But again, the last couple of days, hey, welcome back, welcome back. I haven't been anywhere. I've been here. I've been putting out the content. Oh well. Now we just need to.
Oh,
go ahead.
That Tupperware thing that you put in there, I chuckled when I saw that one.
Oh, the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, well, it's either lemonade or iced tea.
Yeah, we had a lot of lemonades, iced tea, Kool-Aids, a lot of Kool-Aids.
I got a question for you guys.
Got an answer.
Being in the South, we drink a lot of iced tea. But when I was up in North Dakota, they drank iced tea, but what they made was sun tea. It was horrible.
Right, you're talking about they put the would sun tea be where you the tea bag in the water and they set it out in the sun and it naturally brews in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
horrible.
Yeah, it's one way of doing it. I don't think that there's a bit. I've lived both in the North and the South, and there's not as many differences on most things as what people think. We'll call things
Well, there
different.
wasn't there.
But like I personally, when it comes to iced tea, I'm a powder guy. I like Lipton's and stuff like that. It's easier. The flavor is more. I don't like a weak iced tea.
Oh, I don't either.
Judy
always-
says I absolutely love sun tea. Yeah, I don't have a problem
Yeah.
with sun tea if the tea flavor is strong enough, but I also like raspberry with it or peach with it. I'm a kind of a
To me, sun tea is just too mild. I like it strong.
yeah. It doesn't have to be mild though. It doesn't have to be mild. But it's like everything else. You can get somebody that's using like a Lipton iced tea, and or just think of coffee too. Coffee's the same way. How you brew it, how much you're using.
Yeah.
Each person can use the exact same base, whatever it is, and it'll be totally different depending upon who makes the finished product. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like my tea from boiled water. Boil the water and put the tea bags in.
Right. You do traditional tea and then you ice it.
Right, right.
You don't sun brew it.
Right.
Judy says, I love peach. The secret is to not add water until after it's done. It's delicious.
Say that again.
Yeah, I was like, how do you do that? How do you make tea without adding water? Judy explained that one. She says, I love peach. The secret to it is to not add water. Oh, not add water after it's done. It's delicious. Oh, yeah, by all means, no. Don't keep adding water to it. You base water, and that's this. Laurel says, iced tea in the South is sweet. In the North, when you ask for iced tea, it's unsweetened. The first time I was in Georgia, I ordered iced tea and about choked. Oh, yeah, and again, yeah, there's a difference between sweet tea and just iced tea, and you have to make. But see, up north, we have sweet tea up here. Again, Lipton is sweet tea. If you go to a restaurant and you ask for iced tea, ask whether it's sweetened or not. Yeah, because a lot of times it's not. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Judy says don't add
most
extra
people
water.
I
Yeah, I
know
just read it wrong.
nowadays drink it unsweetened.
Oh, no, gross. That's
I know it.
That's disgusting.
It is.
That's nasty. Unsweet. It's like I don't drink coffee unsweetened, and I don't drink even just regular tea. I don't drink it very often, but sometimes I'll have tea. No, I like it sweet.
Yeah, I like my tea sweet.
Yeah.
But that's just from what I grew up with.
Oh my God! Not the unsweetened iced tea. Oh, that's the equivalent of drinking tea piss. It's I don't know what it's not, oh, it's gross. What the hell? You can try to kill somebody with that. Yeah, and if you're expecting sweet tea and you drink unsweetened iced tea, oh my goodness. That's nasty. Judy says gross. Yes. It's gross. And again, I go a step further. I like it sweetened. Like tea, hot tea. I don't like hot tea unless it's also a flavored tea. Laurel says, I love unsweetened tea with lemon. But see, then you've added the lemon. I'd go extra. I'd still want sugar in it. But sugar water.
Put honey in it.
Onion?
Onion?
Who's saying onion?
Honey.
Oh, honey. It sounded like you said onion.
Okay.
It's like, who the hell puts onion in their tea? Man, I like onion.
Hey, that might start something.
If something's got onion in it, you'll always hear from me, it's good, it needs more onion. But I've never heard of onion in tea. But okay, lemon. Or honey. Yeah, honey's good. Honey's good. Honey in tea. I'd say probably that's better than just sugar. But again, I like if you can add like some raspberry or something like that. Yeah, Judy laughs. Yeah. Was I the only one that it sounded like he said onion?
Oh, no, I thought he said onion too.
Onion. It's like, wow, Shrek.
Hey, he might start something. You just never know.
Yeah, it's a new fad. It's new. Well, onions get sweet when you cook them, so maybe it's caramelized onion.
Yeah,
in your
caramelized
tea.
onions and tea. Yeah.
But yeah, honey and lemon. Laurel said I heard honey. It's okay. So you got half and half.
Us old folks, we just don't hear like we used to.
Well, it made things interesting. It made things interesting. Yeah, honey, lemon. But I like the missus. She gets all sorts of different flavored teas. She's a big tea drinker, and
My sister is too.
yeah, she'll get like raspberry and peach, and there's this. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a. It's like a mint, but it's not mint. Help me out here,
Camilla
folks.
tea?
What was that?
Camilla?
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. It probably is mint.
No, it's not mint. It's got something's got a different name.
Green tea.
It's what tea?
Green.
Well, it is green, but it's not. It's not called. Yeah, chai tea. Chai tea. There we go.
Oh, chai,
Laura says
okay.
I like hot chai tea. Yeah, it's chai tea. It's kind of a.
Okay.
It's not mint, but it's yeah. It's like I said. It's mint, but it's not mint. It's chai tea. Was it? Chai tea is almost, what would you say? It's almost like a cross between.
Onion.
You said onion?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the onion. No, I think it's like between mint and licorice, maybe. Warm spices with a bit of pepper. Yeah, it's
Pepper. Yeah.
yeah,
there you
it
go.
is a little peppery. Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to taste it again, but it was one of like, oh well, this is okay. This is okay. It's a flavored coffee or a flavored tea. Coffee. No, stop it. But yeah, she gets chai tea. She likes that. She gets all sorts of different blends. Every time I'm out and I pass the tea stuff, it's like, hey, you need some more tea. It makes her happy.
My sister gave me a box of white tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's mild,
Yep.
like green tea is.
Yeah, you can get the white tea, sweetened tea, iced teas, made with the white tea leaves too.
White tea's kind of expensive.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a tea connoisseur. I couldn't tell you what it's like. I can't tell you. Well, I can tell because I pay the end bill. I can tell you what we're leaving the grocery store with, but I couldn't tell you what things cost.
Well,
If it's a good price or a bad price. Well, for most things, meat, I can tell you meat, but milk,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what milk costs off the top of my head. I couldn't tell you what
could.
eggs
I
cost.
drink whole milk all the time.
Oh no, we have milk. We have eggs. I couldn't tell you butter. I couldn't tell you the prices. It's not that I don't. She picks things up and she puts them in the cart. She knows what's a good price and what's not a good price. I pay as we leave. I don't unless I'm picking it out. Which, like, I can tell you cereals. I can tell you if it's a good cereal price or not. I can tell you. I can't tell you bread because I never look at the price of bread. I just get what I like.
I like white bread.
Meat.
Just white bread.
White bread's okay. We've been doing a lot of. Is it Pepperidge Farm? Is it Pepperidge Farm? Something farm. I think it's a farm. White sourdough, and they got a potato out. I was like,
I
oh.
don't care for sourdough.
Well,
I like-
Sourdough has its place, but in this particular one, it's very mild. If you weren't told it was a sourdough, you wouldn't know it was a sourdough. You just know that it's a moister, almost to the point of a potato bread. It's very good bread. Laurel says you can get different chai teas. I'm sure you can. Like I said, all I know is just chai. That's all I know. It's not my tea. I don't buy it. But yeah, meat. I can tell you what's a good meat price. I can tell you what we pay for meat. Ice cream. I can tell you what we pay for ice cream because I usually pick out the ice cream. So ice cream, meat. What was another one? Cereal.
Ice cream, 2 for $5.
Oh, that's a good price. That's a
That
good
is,
price.
no lie.
That's that, and in fact, if it's a good name brand, that's an awesome price. 2 for $5.
Friendly.
Where Friendlies is good. But who's having a two for $5 Friendlies?
I think Market Basket does it on a regular basis.
Do they? Yeah, we don't get there as often as we used to.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 for $5. Oh, that's 2 for $6 is good too.
Yeah.
Because most of the good ones, they're running most of the not the gourmet ice creams, but the Friendlies and the Hoods and the name brands, the big ones. They've been running now anywhere from $4 to $6
Yeah, for 1 quart.
for one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I
Yeah,
try to
Bluebell.
$4.50. As I get to $5, I go, but yeah, two
Yeah.
two for $5. Oh hell yes,
Oh yeah.
hell yeah. But
No,
yeah,
it's funny because you've got several different people that are from different parts of the country, and I wonder if we mentioned Friendlies or
Mhm.
Hood or stuff like that, if they even have those brands.
No,
Hood-
we don't have them down here.
Hood
we
Hood
have-
should be
we
wider
have-
than Friendlies.
Yeah, we have Bluebell down here.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
have Bluebell up here.
And we got one that's called Blue Bunny or something.
Yep,
Blue
Blue Bunny.
Bunny.
Yep, we got Blue Bunny as well.
But Hood and Friendlies is kind of like a New England thing.
Friendlies is most definitely probably a smaller reach than even Hood.
Because they started in Massachusetts. Oh, did I say that word? Oh,
Ah, shame on you.
slap me.
Hey, at least you're not asking me to pronounce weird names of things. Nancy got me with that damn Virginia town. I still say my pronunciation was much better than the official pronunciation. So, excuse me. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's. Is there anything else that I could? Cereal, ice cream, meat.
I like Captain Crunch.
You know, I like Captain Crunch, and I like the all Crunch Berries better. But
Yeah.
those hard cereals, because I haven't eaten those kids cereals in a long time. They tear the hell out of the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. See how he said it? Yeah. Like, what's your point? It's like, yeah.
I think the worst cereal I ever ate was Grape Nut Flakes.
Oh, grape
Grape
nuts.
nuts.
Oh man,
Oh
It-
God.
that's like it's like eating flavored gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I get it, but no, not a big fan. Shredded wheat's
Oh.
good.
Yeah, I like shredded wheat.
I've been eating more Special K stuff, like Special K red berries. I eat that. Laurel says I like Cap'n Crunch. The kids all like Crunch Berries. Yeah, if I'm going to go Cap'n Crunch, Crunch Berries. And then they have peanut butter Cap'n Crunch. That's good too. But
Oh, I
again,
haven't
they're
tried
hard
that.
cereals. They just they tear up my mouth. Fruit Loops is good. And if you like Fruit Loops, but you don't like it, like the hard cereal tearing up your mouth, then you get like Fruity Pebbles. Same flavor, but
Yeah, I don't do the fruit stuff very much. I like the
Judy
Plain
says
ones.
Cheerios.
Chex.
Yeah, Cheerios is okay. You like Chex?
yeah, different. I don't like the wheat ones,
Yeah, not like
the rice or the corn.
Rice Krispies.
yeah, Rice Krispies is okay.
Oh yeah.
Then you have the
Puff.
sugar crisp ones, the puffed sweet rice.
Oh, yeah. Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes is a classic. Yeah. Corn Chex is what Judy says. Yeah, Corn Chex
Yeah,
is pretty
I
good.
like corn checks.
We do big bags of the Reese's peanut butter cereal. Now, is that the that's the round ones? Like it looks more like Captain Crunch peanut butter crunch, right? It's not the Fruit Loop or the Cheerio looking. Think I don't like Cheerios that are either chocolate or
I like the apple
or peanut butter.
There you go. Judy says golden grams. I like
Oh,
those
golden
too.
grams are awesome, but they're expensive.
Oh, they are.
Oh, they're expensive. Now, what did Sally say? What were you saying, Sally? That you like? Hmm?
I said I like the apple cinnamon Cheerios.
Oh, apple cinnamon. Yeah, I guess that would be better, but that's not. It's not like the. I've tried their whole grains and their chocolate and their peanut butter, and it just it wasn't working for me. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the other one. It's
Yeah, Cheerios is too wholesome for peanut butter.
too wholesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
or-
it just doesn't.
or-
Yeah, it's
Frosted Flakes at night with some peach schnapps.
oh my goodness,
That's a combination.
Laurel. Holy crap.
Oh,
Do you put the peach schnapps on the frosted flakes, or do you...
Judy says she likes the multi-grain Cheerios. See, I don't. I just it wasn't working for me.
yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah,
too.
the other gals want to know, Laurel, how you work that out. That peach schnapps, and do you use it instead of milk or nightcap? That's a night crap. It's oh my goodness. Oh, what's the other one that I can't think of it. It's off the top of my head. And they've got cinnamon, and they've got the normal kind.
Life?
Hey, Mikey, want to try something?
Yeah. What? But is that life?
Tony, he had
Is it
everything.
life? Yeah. Those are
Life cereal.
life cereal.
Yeah.
And you got and because you got cinnamon life, and yeah, those are good. Those are good. Now, another good flavor that I like is the cinnamon toast crunch ones, but
Yep.
there's something about that. I think they get too soggy too fast or something. There's something about them where it's like every time I want to really like them, but I like them only this much. But I think I like them this much. I like them about this much, and I go back to the life when I want that kind of flavor. Plus, the commercials are really weird. They eat each other. Do you notice that? The cereal eats
Yeah.
itself. They're freaking cannibals. That's weird. Laurel says use milk and a shot of schnapps. Try it. Oh, so it is. She puts the schnapps in the. Well, that would
Yeah,
just
in the-
that would
on
be
the cereal.
that would flavor the cereal. Yeah, it makes sense, but yeah. And I love Frosted Flakes, but not when they get soggy. So I've got a time limit when I'm eating them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
pour it, get the milk in there, and then eat it. You don't carry on a conversation. Just eat your damn cereal.
Ooh, like,
Couldn't hear you, Sally.
Our outside light just came on.
Mm.
And we're like, ooh, we're looking around for an animal.
Sasquatch.
Well, we were up to camp, and my niece, she's staying in her camper next door to my brother's place, and they were all out inside the camper, and there was a bobcat walked right by them. All their phones were out on the outside, so
Mm.
they couldn't take
Oh,
Well,
so you didn't get a picture.
missed their chance. Peggy says I have to leave now. Good night, all, and thank you, John. You're welcome, Peggy.
Good night,
Thank you for
Peggy.
dropping in.
Hi, Peggy.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that. I go to get my phone. It's like, shit. It's in on the recliner's chair charging. I don't have it in my holster. It's like, yes, I have a holster for my I have a holster for my cell phone.
Yeah, you told us that.
Yeah, hey. Works. My son gives me shit for it, but it's like unless it's charging, I know exactly where it is. I never sit on it, doesn't break. I got my utility belt.
We went into Shaw's up to camp, and we were walking down through where the cheese and the egg and all that, and then they have their beer selection right there. And I saw your son's favorite beer, and I went, ah,
But it's not beer, is it? It's not officially a beer.
it's not
White
officially-
Claw's not a beer, is it?
Yeah, it's not a beer. No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Is that near beer?
No,
No.
near beer is a non-alcoholic beer. No, he's talking about
No,
White
I-
Claw. He drinks a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. White Claw is just one of the many things, but it's a go-to.
Yeah.
He's almost always got it on hand.
It's kind of like one of them wine cooler type deals, something like that.
Yeah, it's a seltzer.
Yeah.
If I'm going to have something like that, I want to have like a Mike's Hard Lemonade or
Yeah.
those types. I stay away from the White Claws.
But you made me, when I saw it, that's what first thing I thought of. I said, oh.
John's son. Yeah,
I started laughing.
yeah. Tall, skinny cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, he likes them. That's fine. He doesn't drink my beer, so that's even better. I mean, he will. I'll offer him. I offer people beer, but he generally brings his own stuff, and that's good.
OP is always the best beer there is.
OP, yeah, it's the most affordable.
I've never
Yeah.
heard.
You've never heard of OP beer?
No.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, never pass up an OP beer.
I'll
Nope.
have to look it up.
Go ahead and tell him what OP is. She didn't get it.
Other people's beer.
That's right, other people's beer.
OP.
OP. Yeah, it's like the song OPP, other people's other people's.
Here, I was looking
What
up
is it? The
OP
P?
beer.
OPP? Oh, it's
Thinking of
other
the
people's
brand.
problems or something like that. Yeah. OP beers. Yeah, other people's beer. Show up someplace
really?
and yeah.
In on that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
OP beer. Oh, they don't carry that in your area?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, OP beer.
Here, I was looking it up.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, my doctor told me I need to drink less whiskey. I've been looking all over the place, can't find that shit anywhere. So
Less whiskey.
less
yeah.
whiskey. Can't find it. Sorry, doc.
Yeah.
I'll switch to drink more OP beer now. Oh. No, I'll generally take a beer. Unless if somebody offers me an IPA, I'll just have to decline. But mostly, if it's a normal beer, that's fine. I don't like IPAs. Tastes like you're just drinking mulch, grass, crap. Not my thing.
I think I told you a couple weeks ago. Our neighbor up the camp, and he likes Bud Light. He doesn't care. He just plain likes it, so he still drinks, buys it. So Sally, he helped us out quite a bit. So she went in and bought him, I don't know, an 18-pack or whatever, and she felt really dirty about doing it. Well, we were up there this last weekend, and so I figured, I'll hit him up again, because he helped out a lot. So I threw one in the cart, and I was like, kind of doing a little walk, and I was like,
Yeah, see if somebody's watching you.
Yep.
Do the walk of shame as you're paying for it. Yeah, I went to my son's back a few weeks ago. He had a cookout, and I brought my own beer and pulled it out. And he's like, "Oh, no Bud Light." I drink Bud Light, but I would switch Bud Light in the summertime, Budweiser in the wintertime. Consistent, good price, and I'm not now. I'm been buying Miller Lite.
it's what he likes. So
Yeah,
you know
hey,
what?
that's
I'll
again,
suck it up.
that's how people do what you want to do. I don't care. Do what you
Right.
want to do. This was just something I had to make a stand, and that's what I did. I put my money and my actions where my mouth is. And I don't care if other people don't do that. That's fine. Well, I care that they don't. I don't care that they don't open their mouth about something. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If it's not an issue for you, then that's fine. I don't care. But if it is an issue for you, and you state that something is an issue, and then you don't back it up, I have a problem with that. But if it's not an issue, I don't give a shit.
Oh, feeling.
Yeah. But
What'd she
I'm
say?
Gonna she said that's how she was feeling.
Yeah.
But I am going to give him crap about it because he's got a golf cart that he goes and cruises around, camp with, and everything else. And he doesn't always have a beer, but later in the day he'll have a beer, and he'll keep his Bud Light in one of those little cooler things.
Yeah.
You flip on.
Yeah, the koozies.
And, yeah, you don't know what it is.
Right. I was going to say what you need to do is you need to get him a koozie like a Chippendales koozie or something.
Yeah.
So he can. Hey, I thought that you might want this with your Bud Light. Go for it. If it's an opportunity that you just can't pass up. That's a good. Yeah, get him a Chippendales koozie or something.
He'd laugh at.
Are they even relevant? Do Chippendales still even are they still out there?
I have no idea.
I know they used to be the thing back 30 years ago. I don't know if they've kept the new blood in or whether it died out. I don't know, but whatever. You can do the same thing. Get him one of those like a male stripper greeting card to go with it. You know. Just, here you go. There's for your Bud Light.
Yeah. Yeah, you're asking the wrong person about the Chippendale.
Yeah, well, I figured Sally was there, so.
I have no clue.
You have no clue. Okay, let's find out here. Let's find out.
I thought they did away with. They don't play Chippendale cartoons anymore.
No, we're not talking about that.
Because it's racist.
The Chippendales Dancer is a touring dance group best known for its male striptease performances and its dancers' distinctive upper body costume of a bow tie, collar, and shirt cuffs. Okay, we know that, but I want to know whether they're still... Oh, here we go. Somebody asked, are they still operating? Well, the original club, Chippendales Club, lost their liquor license in '88. But that's not the touring group. How much does Chippendales sell for? Yeah, Chippendales also with the what the hell is it? Is it
Furniture.
Furniture. Furniture. Furniture, lamps, tables.
Yep. High price.
Yeah, high price.
Oh, God, yeah.
Huh.
Back in the 1800s, I think. Late 1800s or...
The Chippendales Dancers making ladies happy since 1979. Yeah, this article here is what's the male review company Chippendales named after, and this was 2022. So I guess they're still out. They're still out doing their thing. Couldn't understand that. I could understand it with gay guys, but I don't understand how women would find that type of stuff, because men and women are wired differently.
Very.
Yeah, it's so. Again, you see female strippers do a certain move, and you go, okay, I understand it. You see a male do it, and you go, yeah, sorry, it kind of looks kind of creepy and gross, but I mean, if you're having sex, I guess it's, but you're not, again, men and women are wired differently, so I don't understand how those moves would work. Plus the whole, flop around stuff. And I just don't get it. How can that be attractive? Whatever. That's moving
But you
on.
never watched Flashdance, right?
Flashdance?
Yeah.
You're talking about with the welder chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But whatever. Just, yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. I don't get it. I just different. Like I said, you never know what we're going to talk about. Chippendales. How the hell did we get to Chippendales?
I don't know. We went from
Boy, we went around that mountain. It's,
No.
You went in the gutter really fast.
Yeah.
that's not
Took a
the
left
gutter.
turn
That's
over.
the septic tank right there.
Yeah, you took a left turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, something. How did we get to?
Chippendales. You brought it up.
Brought it up.
Well, no, I know I brought it up. I just don't know what brought us there. What were we talking about?
Not Chippendales.
No, it wasn't Chippendales. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, koozie for the beer. Thank you, Laurel.
Yeah.
Koozie for the beer. It's like there had to have been. We don't. Jeff isn't here, so we don't normally go on a tangent so wild. Just like, how the hell did that happen? We were talking about dogs. Now we're talking about this. No. There's always a logical step. Yeah, koozies for the beer. Thank you, Laurel. Yeah.
Glad she was paying attention.
Right. So Chippendales came up right because I figured they've got to have Chippendales koozies.
Yeah, but what made you go there?
Yeah, really.
What made me go there? We're talking about Bud Light. And to get the for your
But they're
friend.
not, the Chippendales aren't trans people. They're men who are attracting women.
Right. No, but it's right, but it's something a gay guy would find attractive.
Okay.
The koozies are gay.
I didn't hear that.
She said koozies are gay.
No, not koozies. You're not attracted to a koozie. Well, I guess you could be, but that's kind of weird. No. Bud Light. To give the friend some shit about giving him Bud Light, you get him a koozie to hold his can in, but you get it with a Chippendales dancer or something because it's gay. That's where we went. Come on, Sally, get with it.
I think when Chippendale started out, it wasn't gay.
No, it's not supposed to be gay now either, but I was just saying that, right,
Your
It's
hole
for-
is gay.
you're missing the point. It's calling your friend gay. You get him a Chippendales koozie. A half-naked guy on a koozie for his Bud Light beer. Am I losing people? No.
You're over,
What was that, Gus?
I said you're over your head.
No, I thought it was a pretty straightforward thing. Bud Light, gay. Yeah, I understand the real problem, and the left thinks it's a gay. It wasn't. It was a trans issue problem, but we take it a step further. So sort of like a guy drinking White Claw. It's like, yeah, a little fruity there, buddy. But so you're going to get your friend some Bud Light. Right, Laurel says, that she totally understood where I was going. Right. You're calling your friend gay because he is drinking Bud Light, so you get him a gay koozie, but you don't have to say he's gay. You set it up for him. That's all it was. Yeah, I'm not saying that the Chippendales were out there to dance for men. No. But gay men would find the Chippendales dancer. Like, you won't find a Chippendales glass or koozie in my house. So, I'll probably find horses. Not that I'm attracted to horses, because I'm not. But
Oh God.
but no, you're gonna, like,
Oh God.
my
Here we
mouse
go.
my mouse pad has horses on it. My wallpaper on my computer screens have horses on it. I have I don't know where they are, but I used to have dogs on my coaster sets and stuff. That's, yeah. You find what people are gravitating towards, and you won't find Chippendale shit in my house. Hell, you won't even find Chippendale furniture in my house. But,
Well, you won't find it in mine. Too expensive.
too rich for my blood.
Yep.
But yeah, that's where I was going with it. It was just say, hey, buddy, you're gay, without saying, hey, buddy, you're gay. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Okay. Stick with me now. All together now. Come on.
Yay.
Oh, my goodness. Whew. Boy. Thought I lost you all there. Had to bring it in. Bring it in. Stay on track here.
We're here.
Laura was there all along. She's like, yeah, I got it. It wasn't that complicated. Of course, she's the only one that remembered how I got there in the first place.
We understood. We were just setting the hook.
Oh, you setting the hook? You're setting something.
Yeah, we're setting hooks.
Stop it. Stop it. It's too late to
Yeah.
be jerking my chain like
Chippendale
that.
furniture in the 1700s, mid 1700s.
See, Donna got on her system and said, I'm going to find this shit out.
Yeah, I needed to find out when
Yeah, Chippendales.
it came into being.
Well, wasn't Chippendale it was Hanna-Barbera? Or was that?
Was it
Looney
Hanna-
Tunes? I don't know. Looney Tunes, maybe.
Looney Tunes.
Chippendale.
Yeah,
Two mice.
Chippendale at the
Chipmunk.
and then they had the Rescue Rangers. Those were Chippendale
Yeah.
as well. Let's see who did Chippendale.
Well,
It could
I
be
was thinking-
could be Warner Brothers, could be Hanna-Barbera. Let's see who it is.
Chip and Dale.
It's, don't tell me you're not. Chip and Dale first appeared in the 1943 Disney cartoon Private Pluto. Don't tell me
Really?
Disney owned Chip and Dale's. I could have swore it would be like Hanna-Barbera or something like that. Hanna-Barbera owned a lot of crap.
Huh, that's
And
a
again,
surprise.
the Rescue Rangers, they're Chippendales. Yeah, and they didn't have any names in the 1943 cartoon. Excuse me. Let's find out who. Excuse me. Let's see here. Yeah, Walt Disney Company.
Yeah. Chip and Dale, Walt Disney. Or,
Yep.
yeah. 1943.
Wow. Kind of shocked by that.
Yeah, I could have figured. Like I said, I could have sworn it would be like Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera owned a lot of stuff. Owned a lot of IP, intellectual property. Yep. So there we go.
Oh, well,
Yep, it's about that time. 10:25, so we're 25 over. It was a good show, folks. Thank you for joining in once again. Next show will be on Thursday. God, we need a break in the weather. I need to get out. I need to get out on the water.
Tuesday. Oh, this is Tuesday.
This is Tuesday. Hey, John, how you doing? You pulled me. It's Tuesday.
I was thinking it was Sunday.
No, it's Tuesday already. Yeah, Thursday's the next show.
Oh, you just cursed us. It's just started raining.
Oh, did it? Well, good. You can have it. Like I said, we were hammered this late afternoon, early evening. Thunderstorms rolled in again, and which is odd because we usually don't get very much. It skirts our area almost every time, but we've been hammered constantly. It's like, oh my goodness. So hopefully I'll be able to get out here in the next few days. I have no idea. Give the paddle a try. I'm either going to do Kentucky River from Pennacook to Hopkinton ish.
Oh, nice.
Or Massabesic. I might do Massabesic because that should be good deep water. I was thinking Merrimack River, but I might want to not tempt Mother Merrimack at this point in time. She's probably flowing rather fast.
Yeah.
But Suncook River up by just shy of what's the name of the place? It's not Belmont, because Belmont's where the racetrack is. That's by Loudon. What's the other B town going up towards
Barnstead?
Barnstead, thank you. Thank you, Barnstead. There is a little dam just south of Barnstead that holds the Suncook. The Suncook River, for the people who don't know, has several dams set up along it, and they have what they call the Suncook Reservoir, and there's like 3 of them. So there's one in Allenstown, one north, and then one again just south of Barnstead. So the water should be deeper there. So from Barnstead to is it Center Barnstead? Sound right to you, Gus?
Yeah.
So Barnstead would be on the main drag, and then Center Barnstead is just east of that. But the Suncook River goes up and then curves in. So that might be a good canoe place. Should even
I don't know if I'd even go on a river right this moment.
Well, that one's not too big, so.
Yeah.
But you're right. If it's safer and not worrying about any sort of currents or anything, Massabesic might be the.
Yeah.
But like I said, the Kentucky River, especially again from Pennacook to Hopkinton, it's wide enough. It shouldn't be too bad. It's not as big as the Merrimack. There's no way I'm getting on the Merrimack. So I'll figure it out. Maybe Massabesic should be the safest after all this rain, because it's not flowing water. You just have higher shorelines, which is fine. If I'm going to use a deep water paddle, that's probably the way to go. So yeah, hopefully I'll get out there and get some more footage and give the paddle a proper breaking in and ease my mind, calm down, decompress.
Yep.
And,
get ready to work.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm ready now. Hopefully Facebook will just stop their hogwash. But again, I'll be up tomorrow morning, put out some more stuff. Hopefully my content is going to be gearing up rather rapidly again. Next show Thursday. I think that's it. Laurel, Peggy. Oh, Peggy's already gone. Judy. There's a bunch of people. I don't know who else there. Donna.
Well, good night. I
Gus
gotta
and
let the
Sally.
dog out.
Yep. And y'all have
Good night.
a good evening, and I will see you around tomorrow, online, elsewhere, and on Thursday. God bless, and take care.
Good night, everyone.